What is up, and welcome back to 24 Minutes of Not A24, the podcast that takes a look at movies outside of the A24 library, literally 24 minutes at a time. I'm Ethan Simi.
And I'm Ben Lawhorn. This week on the pod, we are hanging onto planes and trying to suss out the Syndicate as we review Mission Impossible Rogue Nation.
The Syndicate. Ethan and his team take on their most impossible mission yet when they have to eradicate an international rogue organization as highly skilled as they are and committed to destroying the IMF. We are still on our mission to Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Mm-hmm.
Very exciting. We both secured tickets this morning of recording, to a July 10th early fan screening of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning in IMAX theaters. Go check your local listings because it's out there. Ben, we fucking did it, man. We're almost there.
I'm so excited. And honestly, I don't know why it just dawned on me today, though, when I was booking these tickets. I was like, the amazing stuff that we've seen in the trailer for Part 1. Can you imagine what the trailer's going to be like for Part 2? Like,
Jesus
they
Christ.
saved the best shit for the second movie, right?
Yeah. Is that going to be like a post credit? Or is that like, are we doing a little Multiverse of Madness thing here?
Maybe.
Like, what are we doing?
I don't know. But I mean, we saw him jump off a fucking cliff on a motorcycle.
Unreal.
You know? And it's just like, no, there's definitely going to be bigger stuff
There's
in Part 2. It's crazy. It's going to be nuts.
So crazy. Okay, we have literally 24 minutes. Today's episode, very special. Not only are we talking about Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, the 5th movie in the Mission Impossible franchise, but we have a punishment. Much thanks to you, Ben. You pushed us over the fucking line last week with Ghost Protocol, and you were like, fuck that. We're just going to take a punishment. And now we might have to eat really hot sauce. I don't know what's going to happen.
I don't know. We're about to see. But listen, when we talk about my favorite Mission Impossible movie, I'm going to go over time. And I'm going to live with the consequences now. I'm very curious to see what happens.
Is it going to be worth it? Okay, so our timer is going to continue to run. Ben is going to pull up our pinwheel of punishment here. We have 4 punishments. First punishment, some hot sauce. We have a very immaculate 10-piece hot sauce gift set that we purchased with some exceptionally hot sauce for this pod. We both have some hard alcohol that we might have to take a shot of. That's another punishment. Punishment number 3 is saying something nice about a movie that you hate. Punishment number 4, saying something mean about a movie you love.
Yeah.
So we will see. Definitely feels like some are worse than others, but spin the wheel, Ben. Let's fucking go.
What happens here. Also, before we start this, in case we have to take hot sauce, please, once again, if you have ideas for punishments, let us know. This is kind of what we came up with and had some people suggest to us. If you have some, let us know. Here we go.
I will say if we got hot sauce, I'm going to be completely transparent. I have a massive canker sore in my mouth. I'm going to be pissed. What is it? I can't read it. It's too small.
A shot of hot sauce.
No!
It's a shot of hot sauce.
Okay. All right. Bring us to the hot sauce wheel, Ben.
No. I'm glad we have this other one. I mean, I'm not glad that we do, but we do have the other wheel ready.
Unreal.
I did run a test and it ended up on the fiery cayenne, which is like the second hottest one, I think, something like that.
That's not good. This is not good. Our time is ticking. We're running out of time to talk about Rogue Nation.
Okay, you ready? Fuck, man. All right.
God damn it. No. I need you to read it to me right away because I need time and I also can't read it. It's too slow.
Here we go. It's going.
Oh my God. I've never been more nervous on a podcast. What do we got?
Apple whiskey. Where's that falling on us? Number 5, like literally right in the middle.
Okay, not bad. Apple whiskey, I'll take it.
Okay.
I'm not a hot sauce guy, though. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't do hot sauce.
I'm not either. Voodoo. Oh, God.
This is the hot sauce right here. Voodoo, ready to go. Okay, so as we prepare our hot sauce and take off the label, Ben, can you put the timer back on the screen here?
Yes, I can.
Oh, no. Gosh, I hope I can open mine. Maybe I accidentally can't open mine. Oh, shoot. That would be a problem.
Okay.
Look, I'm just going to take... That smells potent. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is what we're having. If anyone can see this, it is called Voodoo.
So it does say the Scoville unit. So if you're a hot sauce master, number 5 has a Scoville of 1,240. That sounds like a lot to me. I don't know. I don't know either. A lot.
But we got 10 of them. We're number 5. We're just under the halfway mark. So this is got my spoon here. Okay. We don't have like wings or anything. This isn't hot ones.
No. Unfortunately. So I'm just doing a little bit.
Show me yours.
Gonna be honest.
Show me yours.
Show me yours. I'll show you mine. Okay, let's talk about Rogue Nation as we prep this here.
Yeah.
Released in 2015, 40 years after the previous installment of Ghost Protocol. First Robert McQuarrie entry into the Mission Impossible franchise, which is super duper exciting. Okay, I'm going to do this on screen so you can see. I'm going to do like 4 drops.
5 drops. Okay.
It seems appropriate. And for a guy that thinks like fire sauce at Taco Bell is pretty hot, I think we're in for a world of hurt.
We're definitely in for a world of pain. All right,
we're toast.
Let's see here. Here we go.
See if you can see. That's dripped it on my keyboard. Oh no, I'm out of drop, so you got to drop less. Okay, are you ready?
I guess so. Cheers.
Hot sauce on a podcast. Who would have thought?
To
Cheers.
Ghost Protocol.
To Ghost. Fuck that. Wow, it's spicy. You coughed first.
Just say 5 on here.
Woo! Okay, I got some on my phone. It's definitely a throat burning. That's for sure. It's lingering. Okay. We only have 18 minutes to talk about Rogue Nation. This is my favorite movie of the Mission Impossible franchise so far. This is incredible. I loved this movie. The last thing that I want to say. Wow, it's really top of the throat there.
It's just hanging
really
out. It's
back of the neck.
Right there.
The cinematography of this movie is Robert Elswit. Mm-hmm. If you go on his IMDb, I have it listed all in our notes. I'm not going to read all of it because we're running out of time. Mm-hmm. This cinematographer is, I'm hard to speak quickly because you're just so much buildup. This cinematographer was the DP on incredible movies, most notably Boogie Nights, Magnolia, Punch Drunk Love, all PTA films. Michael Clayton, one of your faves. There Will Be Blood, and Inherent Vice. And Ghost Protocol was the DP of Ghost Protocol. Absolutely incredible that they got this guy to do this. I loved this movie, and it's my fucking favorite. I mean, go ahead, Ben. Say what you got to say.
Listen, I think it's totally fine. My partner actually said the same thing. This is her favorite of the stuff that we've seen so far.
Okay, good.
And here's what I can say. Here's what I'll try to say. I can objectively say that I recognize that after 2, like 3, 4, 5, 6, these movies just get better. I objectively understand that Fallout is the best of the Mission Impossible movies so far.
Okay.
I totally get that.
I haven't seen it yet.
Ghost Protocol is my favorite though. So we're watching Rogue Nation. I was like, oh man, this one really is fucking good. I kind of forgot just how good it is.
Yep.
We'll talk about all the different stunts and stuff like that happen, but we get to see kind of Ethan Hunt be beat up a little bit. Kind of, he's still a real person. We do also see him survive things that are absolutely crazy, like a car flipping over like 10 times.
Unreal.
Like head over
literally
heels, just like not even like rolling on the side, just like full front flips, which is kind of crazy. It's a really, really good movie. I think for some reason, the Ghost Protocol was the better theater experience for me. That's why it remains my favorite.
I'm so mad that I didn't see this in theaters. Like I had such a blast in my house where I just like literally I finished this movie and I was just like, Jagged Reckoning Part 1 is just going to like undo me. Like the experience is going to be so incredible.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. It's so good. We get some great. Oh, also, okay. I know we're on the clock here.
We are on the clock, Ben.
Dude, we are 3. I mean, we're 5 movies into this, but we are 3 movies into us watching movies with people named Benji and Ethan, and we have not talked about that somehow.
What are we doing?
I don't know how we haven't brought that up yet. Like 2 of the main characters of this fucking series. We're never going to run into that again. We have a Benjamin and an Ethan in these movies. That's crazy. It's so good.
Unbelievable.
I did love that early scene with Benji when he's like playing Halo or whatever.
That was so funny.
And then hurrying just like command tabs back to whatever it was he was working on.
He's got the 3 monitors rolling too. It's just not a single. Man. What a guy.
Yeah. Well, that's incredible. Quite the setup. So yeah, I don't know. It's a great movie. It's so well done. There's a lot of cool stunts that we're going to get into. And obviously just ramps up from number 4. So I'm glad, I'm excited to get to Fallout because that one just even accelerates it even further. But some great stuff in here. What was your takeaway from your first watch?
Incredibly funny, really just action packed. We open with the plane scene, which is just pretty crazy to open with. And, I think that's what works so well with Ghost Protocol for me, is like more self-awareness, more comedy, and their dynamic between Ethan Hunt and Benji and Luther and everybody is so good. And we just open with that. And I think Christopher McQuarrie knows that. And so he just like uses that. I think what worked the best for me is the Syndicate. Like the idea of an anti-IMF is incredible to me. That is everything that Ethan Hunt is against and is trying to stop exists, but on the other side of the table, which is unbelievable. Everything in this movie is really, really good, really quick, really energetic. And I think there's just a lot of moments where you're just like, Mission Impossible. Like, we fucking did it. Like, this is the elite tier movie franchise. It is the best and, the best long-running movie franchise of any out there, basically. It's lasted longer than a lot of other ones, and it's still getting better and better and better, and they figured out how to do it. Let's do our true cinema moment so we can run through the movie. I will go first. I mentioned the Syndicate. I texted you, and I don't have the text up, and we've texted since then. I know they say, like, save it for the pod, and I really do my best to save it for the pod. I truly do. But I texted you as soon as I saw this scene, and I said in all caps, the Syndicate gave him the mission tape. Fuck, man, this movie is wild. Yeah. That is my true cinema moment. Like, when he's reading and he does the record, and I was like, ooh, this is cool. Like, this is a little jazzy, a little, like, kind of sexy, fun. He puts it on, and they're like, this is the Syndicate. Should you choose these? I just lost my mind. I was just like, the fucking Syndicate's in on it. I just couldn't believe it. And, like, I don't know if I'm dumb or if, like, I'm the perfect audience member. I didn't see it coming. Had no clue that was going to be the case, and I loved it. I gobbled it up.
I think why it's so good is, like, they just tell you right up front. I think a lot of movies, and these ones included in other situations, will do that reveal at the end. Like, oh, just kidding. It was the Syndicate the whole time. But this one just off the jump is like, hey, it's the Syndicate. Guess what, fuckhead? Like, we know you're coming after us. You know what I mean? So yeah, like, it catches you off guard on purpose. And I think it's like, it's so well done. Such a cool scene. Like, when Lane's there with the gun to the girl's head and Ethan's like trying to like break through the glass
on the hand. Whoa.
Yeah. I mean, this is not Before Sunrise, this is a totally different record shop scene without a doubt.
Very different.
Very different. But it's so cool. It's a great scene. That's a great one.
What's yours? What is your first true cinema?
Honestly, like, it's specific parts, but like the plane ride is so cool. And I think this is another example of the same thing, because this was promoted so highly as the movie's coming out. And I think it leads you to believe that this is going to be like the ultimate, like, climax scene,
right? Like that's where you're building.
Yeah, exactly. This is going to happen an hour and a half into the movie. He has to get on this plane to like find someone or whatever, it's like, oh fuck, it's gonna be so cool to see. This is the Burj Khalifa, this movie's Burj Khalifa. Yeah, exactly. It's like, so we're going to do that. But instead, it's like, nope. It's like before the even opening credits roll, this is what's going to happen. It's like, you guys are blowing your load this early. Like, this is crazy. What else does the rest of the movie have to offer? But it's so well done. It's so good. It's like, open the door, and one opens, like, not that door. And like, what's the name? Jeremy Renner just continue to say, like, it's on the plane. It's on the plane. It's on the plane. Yes, we know it's on the plane.
And it's literally the same thing he did in Ghost Protocol, right? With the timer and the Burj Khalifa. And it's just like, oh, cool. I love to see that character continuity. I think that's great.
It's so good. There's so much good stuff in there. But I also just love the ending of the scene as it takes us into, the opening credits, when Ethan is just like strapped to whatever it is.
So sick,
and the guy comes in there and looks at him, and he just kind of gives him like it's almost like a Jim Halpert shrug. It's like, I don't know. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then he's like pulls the ripcord and just like goes fucking flying out the back. And then like, dude, we cut to the opening credits. Like,
so sick,
that's so cool. Cause like, yeah, what do you do? You're like, sorry, I got it. Bye. He's just like out of here. So I loved how that ended. The whole thing is great, but I really love the ending of that.
Yeah, it was good. I will have a couple of honorable mentions if we have time, but I'll go to my number 2. Very particular moment. And I feel like I've done this with every installment so far. I try to pick a very particular, unique, unorthodox moment that it just like really talks to me. This is one very specific scene and line of dialogue. You mentioned the car crash. We get this incredible car chase, and then the car flicks over like literally a billion times, and lands on the top, and we've got Lane and Luther kind of coming from the back end. They have a really nice dialogue in this car chase, like, oh, you just had to get this kind of car, which I thought was really funny. Yeah. But then it rolls over. Tom Cruise ends up getting out. Benji is still kind of like unconscious and knocked out. And Jeremy Renner's character like bends over. And at that moment is when Benji wakes up and he goes, look out. And I just died. I can't even tell you how funny that was to me, that it's just like Benji was in it. And like, this is the movie where he's like, fuck you, Ethan. Like, I'm going to be in the field. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to do this. And this is what I signed up for. And then he does all this and like, he's totally out of it for however long. And he's late to the game. Immaculate delivery, hilarious from Simon Pegg. Great all the way around. Great tension buster at the end of such a great scene. Mm-hmm. It just worked wonders on me.
Yeah. And fun fact about that scene, I remember, watching like the behind the scenes commentary. In between takes, Tom Cruise was turning on Simon Pegg's seat heaters in the car.
Oh, really?
Even though it was like 90-something degrees wherever they were filming, but he couldn't do anything about it like while they were recording. Because
he was like strapped in?
Like right before they would start recording, he would hit it, but like he couldn't reach down to turn it off because like the cameras were rolling. And so like, you just imagine how fucking annoying that would be, just like continue happening. But I think it's hilarious.
That's incredible. I do have the Steelbook of Rogue Nation, so I'm going to have to toss that in and watch some behind the scenes. That's incredible.
I remember Simon Pegg telling that. I don't remember like if it was in an interview or something, but it's just one thing that stuck with me from this movie.
Wow.
My next one is, it's kind of the first time that we meet Ilsa Faust, who's just like such a great character. Rebecca Ferguson is amazing. Having just watched the new Dune for the first time, I had a Rebecca Ferguson week, and it was
Let's go, baby.
It was fantastic.
You're welcome for that, by the way. I threw that on your video.
I appreciate that. And so it's the first time we meet her, and like we kind of see that she's gonna like help Ethan, and she throws him the keys to his cuffs, and he's tied to this pole. He's got his hands behind like on the pole. Oh my
god, dude!
And she throws him the keys to unhandcuff himself, but he can't reach. So she's like, what does he do? So fucking 50-something-year-old Tom Cruise just like yeets himself up the pole and off the pole.
And I was god!
Like, and some of that was like actually just like legit done. I'm like, this is insane to watch. Like I couldn't do this like now, and I'm at least 10 years younger than he was doing this.
Yeah.
Like I don't think a majority of people could do it just in general. And he's just like, just like pulling himself up this pole until he can like get over the top of it. I love that scene so much. It's such a cool, just like physical thing that kind of lets you know how powerful Ethan Hunt is. Even though sometimes he can get caught, like he has ways of escaping and the luck is there, but he still has this physical like control over his body that we see so much throughout the movie. So I love that scene.
Totally. And I love that you bring up Rebecca Ferguson's character. I think she's a great addition to the cast in this. And she is, in conjunction with the mystery of the Syndicate, I think she's a more personable, mysterious aspect of the movie. And I think it's a movie full of questions. And I think that plays really well with her character. My last one is, had to do it. Hunt pulls off the Atlee mask. I didn't see it coming, had no clue this was going to go down. And you get Atlee, you get this like really good political tension and drama with Alec Baldwin, which I thought worked really well for me. I loved that side of it with Renner's character kind of being on that side with the CIA, and them needing the very specific phrase from the Prime Minister. Yeah. And then Tom Cruise just fucking pulls off the mask. And I was just like, Mission Impossible is so sick. Like, this is incredible. It's just like, it felt good to be in that situation again where you're just like kind of duped and the mask works, right? And you're just like, oh, wow, this is what Mission Impossible does the best.
Yeah. And we don't even like, if I remember correctly, we don't see the mask reveal until we've already seen the other Atlee dude. We're like, wait, there's two Atlees? Like, hold on, what's going on? And Renner does a good job of convincing us that he sided with the CIA, even though like
I totally bought that. Right? I thought that Renner dipped his location. I was like, this fucking guy. Like, I liked him, and now I hate him. And then he ended up being good. It's like,
and he probably did, but it was like with Ethan's understanding of like the whole situation, which was it was so well done.
So good.
Mine is the thing that shocked me the most the first time I saw this movie. And it is just the ending. And it's when Ethan's like, I am the disc. Like, you can't kill me. Like, I have all the codes
fucking
to all
elite.
the money. You know, he's like, here's the code. Here's $50 million. Like, go ahead and cash it, you know? And the guy does it. And he's like, oh shit, he's not bluffing. You know, it's like, you can't kill me now. Like, I have all the info if you want it. And when I'm watching it the first time, you know, like they break through the disc, the hard drive. He's going through and like reading all the numbers and stuff like that. It's like, oh man, there's so much money here. And then we cut to a scene with him like drilling through the disc. It's like, wait, what are you doing, man? Like,
I know. I was like, what are we doing?
Why are you destroying this thing? Like, I don't understand what's happening. And then we get the reveal of him, like, and it's such a cool use of the POV of the eye, like the eyeball contact lens. We get this straight POV shot with Ethan and just him like calling out Lane, just being like, if you want all this stuff, you have to keep me alive. There's no way around it. They get this cool gunfight, and him and Ilsa look at each other and realize that he's got to be like the literal shield to her, because he's like, you know, Lane's like, go ahead and kill the girl. And he's like, okay, well, he can't kill me, so if I'm in front of you, they can't shoot. Like, such a cool little choreographed dance that they have there. But I just love the balls of just being like, do I know all the codes? There's only one way to find out.
Maybe.
You know, like maybe not, but you can't kill me. Like, oh, that is such a cool twist that I did not see coming. I love that ending.
And it, honestly, like, Christopher McQuarrie makes it work so well because the timer on Benji gets down to 0.19 seconds. Like, it doesn't stop at 4 seconds. It doesn't stop any. Like, I literally thought, this is okay. This is it. Yeah. We've reached a casualty. Like, we're back to where anybody's available. I will say that scene also works on a different level with this relationship with Ethan and Benji that we continue to build on, that continues to produce dividends, honestly, of like, they care for each other and they do want to work with each other and they understand each other in a way that nobody else does, which I think works really well. My two honorable mentions really, really quick. The Bone Doctor. Incredible fucking nickname. Great that needs nickname. To go in the movie nickname Hall of Fame. Like, shit fuck Bone Doctor right there. Yeah. Which I just think is really incredible. And then I did want to mention when Ethan dies and basically he's like, a minute ago you were dead, and like he doesn't know what's going on, but then he snaps back to reality so quickly, and we get another twist where Ilsa like runs off with the disc. And this is just like a movie of really successful reveals, in my opinion, and there were obviously a lot more good scenes, but incredible movie. Number one for me so far out of the franchise.
Well, they do a cool thing here, the callback to Ghost Protocol, where Benji comes in after Ethan has died from like changing out the thing, because Benji had to walk through that hallway, and he's like, oh, I pulled it off, guys, just like changing all like the hotel room numbers, you know, after he climbed the fucking Burj Khalifa. But we also
the entire underwater sequence had me on the edge of my seat.
As he's standing there ready to jump in, and they're like, you gotta go, and it's just like the Burj Khalifa. It's like, the clock's running. It's like, yeah, let me just like get the fucking nerve to jump into this fucking well, you guys. Like, chill out. It's
chill
crazy.
the fuck out. Yeah. Okay. Did you do your third one yet?
Yeah.
Okay. We're good.
I'm the disc. Yeah. We got 1 minute to wrap this up.
The hot sauce really threw me out of whack here. I don't know what's going on, to be honest. Yeah, this movie is super sick. I do love the water sequence. I thought that was unreal. And I'm sure Tom Cruise did something to that effect of holding his breath.
He actually did it. He could hold his breath for like all 3 or 4 minutes, but they just like cut into it, which was kind of annoying because like he actually trained to do that stuff.
God, fuck.
I wish it had been one take. It would have been cool.
That would have been sick. Okay. Would it fit into the H24 catalog? I'm saying no. Far too action oriented, far too funny. It just doesn't vibe. The further we get away from the first one, I think we're getting away from that.
Yeah.
Next week on the Patreon pod, Mission Impossible 6 Fallout, the final entry before we lay our eyeballs on the brand new Dead Reckoning Part 1. No punishment, I don't think. We'll see. Ben,
15 seconds.
Fuck you for making us do pepper sauce.
Hey, man, 10 seconds. All right, what are your thoughts on Mission Impossible Rogue Nation? Let us know. We're on Twitter and Instagram at 24 Minutes of A24. We're also on YouTube. Find us. Thank you so much for supporting us. I'm Ben Lawhorn.
I'm Ethan Simi. Bye.
Bye.
I'm not going over. I can't do it. Look, it's not mission difficult. It's mission impossible. Okay.
It was impossible. I think we might have a punishment again.